Welcome to the BuildHERS Club Podcast. We're here to bring you real conversations and fresh insights from a woman's perspective in the construction industry.
Each episode will sit down with incredible guests, female builders, designers, business owners, and industry leaders to talk about the challenges, successes, and experiences that shape our careers.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out or simply curious about the industry, this is your space to learn, be inspired, and connect with a community of strong, trailblazing women. Welcome back to the BuildHERS Club, where we are bringing women together in construction and business to celebrate leadership, legacy, and impact. Today's topic is very important to women in any male-dominated industry.
We're talking about gender bias in construction, what it looks like, why it still exists, and most importantly, how we can tackle it head on.
Construction is an industry built on skill, grit, and leadership. But for decades, women have had to work harder to be seen, heard, and respected. While progress has absolutely been made, bias, both obvious and subtle, still impacts hiring, promotions, job site culture, and leadership opportunities.
So today, we're breaking it down and talking about real solutions. But before we tackle this topic, let's talk about how you and I drove a Tesla on one of our trips.
So if you've If you've never driven a Tesla, then you will have no idea what we're talking about. But we were on a trip, and they gave us a Tesla, and I've driven it once about a mile, and I didn't have to start it. First of all, we couldn't even get in the sucker. Do you remember that? Like the door handles, like you had to like push them to get them to come out. Like it was. So we're standing there with our luggage, trying to figure out how to open up the trunk and even get in the car. That took us a good probably 5 to 10 minutes to figure that out.
Easy.
Then we figured that out.
Yes.
We were like, ooh, there's lots of space in the trunk. And we get in there, and then the seats just automatically can like conform to where you need to go. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Then the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're studying the manual on how to start the dang car. That was
Thank you, ChatGPT and Google. And
we had to Google because they call it, what do they call it?
A gear shifter.
A gear shifter.
A gear selector.
A gear selector. That's right. It was like, use the gear selector to, and we're like, what's a gear selector?
Is a gear selector?
You know, we grew up on stick shifts.
Yeah.
Or what is the one? Yeah. Or even a knob on there that like drive, reverse.
Something to indicate how you get the car into gear. Yeah. Nothing. I felt like we're in a space shuttle.
It felt like you were in a space shuttle because the ceiling is open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was, I think the funny part was the amount of time it took us to like get acquainted.
Yes.
I mean, I felt like a dinosaur.
I did too. It was, there was nobody to walk us through on how to drive the Tesla.
Yeah. And there needs to be when you're running a car. Like,
it was so funny.
Oh, my word.
And then, there's no brakes. So you just let off the gas.
Yeah.
Like that was entertaining trying to figure out how to do that. And of course you're going over the little spiky dealies, and I'm like, okay, so I'm zooming over them. So I don't cause I don't know like how much to let off. Oh my word.
Well, what about when we got to the hotel and could not figure out the charger guy?
Charger, where
and so
to put it.
We asked the little couple.
There was one of those cyber trucks.
Yeah.
And so I go knock on their window. I'm like, will you please tell me where to put how to work this thing? Like
we could not
find how to charge it.
Yeah. It was just brutal.
It was hilarious. It was entertaining. We were laughing at ourselves the entire time.
Yeah.
We did figure out eventually how to navigate.
Yes.
Although we were horrible at that too, because when we're talking,
nothing gets done.
No. Well, it was getting done. It was just not on the right road.
Right road or
right exit.
8 years later.
Yeah. It's like
it just took forever.
Episodes.
Yeah. Right.
10 minutes later.
Exactly.
Yep. So it was quite fun and exciting trying to drive a Tesla. Now I'm actually very interested in owning one after driving one.
Yeah. So are you going to go down
I don't
that
know.
road?
My car will be paid off this year. And I'm like, do I really want to have another car payment?
Hey, did you get that car situated?
Car situated.
The car that's sitting in your driveway that you need. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I sold it last year.
Yeah.
Yep. All that's done. I've got to work on my new work truck and get all that taken care of. But for the most part,
you're on top of it.
Yep.
I like it.
I have my goals, made my mood board, not my mood board, my 2026 vision board.
By the way, like it gave me chills.
I sent it to her.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, our family, all 4 of us are going to sit down and do that.
So I was trying to get my daughter to sit down and do it with us because we bought all the stuff. No, she wouldn't do it. She's like, that's boring.
Oh, I'm sure Brinley will be the same.
Yeah. She's like, oh, whatever. But I'm like, well, I have goals. I'm like, I've got things we're going to do. Oh, I'm going to Ireland this year. In September. And you know why I'm going to Ireland? Let me tell you why I'm going to Ireland.
No, why?
Ireland. This is really, I'm going to say this for shits and giggles because it's so friggin' funny. We're going to obviously tour the island and do fun, all the touristy stuff too. But Ireland has the largest matchmaking festival in the world. The entire month of September in Shannon, Ireland.
So you're going to come back married?
Oh, I'm not coming back married.
I'm
going
attached
for the fun.
No,
I'm going to watch.
Oh, how fun!
I just want to watch it. Oh, I'm bringing my friend and her mom and another friend.
I love it.
And we're gonna just go
people watching.
We're gonna people watch. I'm so excited over that.
That's going to be outstanding.
Yes.
I have got to see videos and pictures, and you're going to have to bring it all back
supposedly
here.
There's this book that you touch, and if you touch it, then your match is going to come find you.
What?
My match happens to have the personality of a gay man, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
Hey, friends for life, the best kind. I love it.
Yeah, but we're going to go in September.
That's exciting.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yes, and I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh my word. Yeah. I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
So that's on my board.
Oh. I know.
Travel.
I didn't get to spend in depth. I saw.
Right. Well, I had my personal, my work, my family.
Yeah.
And then my travel was half the board.
Yeah.
Hey. That's my passion.
Yes.
So, no, I'm really excited about that.
I love it.
I'm really excited about that. All right. We should probably jump into our topic, or otherwise we'll just talk about.
Do we want to?
Yeah. Well, it's not a super fun topic to talk about either.
It's not, but it's really important.
It is. It is, especially in our industry where women are, 10% of the market.
Yeah.
Of the market, 10% of the industry.
Yeah. And even 1 to 3% actually in the trade. On hands on.
I think 2% is just residential. 8% is commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think it's 1 to 2% is actually trades. Your welders, your electricians.
According to Forbes. I looked that up this morning just to
I looked at several different other ones too, and they're all about the same. That's why we say 1 to 2 or up to 12%.
Yeah.
Because depending on what you read, it's going to give you a different.
Don't hold us to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that professional.
I guess an ish is, fine.
So I guess the best thing to weigh is what is gender bias?
Well, gender bias, it doesn't always look like outright discrimination. Sometimes it shows up in subtle ways.
Sometimes it's just an assumption.
Oh, for sure.
That a woman is incapable of doing something physical in the job.
Absolutely. It can be overlooked for promotions, leadership roles. Almost like being dismissed or talked over in meetings.
That is a big one.
Oh, yeah. There. Yeah. And it's like you said, it's not even always intentional, but it still doesn't mean that it's not harmful or affecting.
And I got to say too, especially for us in our generation, we've dealt with gender bias our entire life.
Oh, it's just
not just in construction. In any job I've ever had, there has been a gender bias, right? And our mothers dealt with it even more than we did. So this is something that, as it's coming down generations, gets better all the time. But the way that we handled it is going to be completely different than the way somebody in today's world is going to.
Oh, for sure. Our day and time is pick up your big girl panties and you figure it out. You figure it out, or you tough it out, or you make the other person feel comfortable so that you're not causing any waves. You navigate it the way that you know how to navigate it to just move forward and keep going with your goals.
And you don't even think about, oh my gosh, it's gender bias. How could they do this to me? It's okay, they're doing this to me. Now what do I do?
Yeah. Right.
How do I change their mind about getting a promotion? Why are they not looking at me? What am I doing? And we had Jennifer with Olivia Clark Holmes come on, and she's like, if you're not asking for it, and that's what she's like, I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, how's anybody going to know?
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's women just assuming, well, I'm doing all of this stuff.
Right.
I am, more qualified than my coworker.
Right.
Why am I not being promoted? Well, did you ask?
Well, and so that's another point. So think about like when a man is assertive
naturally
and
that
confident,
that's natural being.
but no one looks at that as like, oh, he's being like a jerk. I mean, that's just how, because that's how they naturally are. But
that is how we've been raised to see them.
Right. But a woman who's being assertive or even like extra confident is perceived as a B or
bitch.
Can we say that?
I said shits and giggles.
I mean, a little something here and there is.
Yeah. There is a definite fine line there between being assertive and aggressive.
Yeah.
Right. And even when you are assertive for things that you want or things that you feel that you're good at, you can be perceived as being aggressive.
Right.
And it's not looked at fondly.
No. And so that puts you at a disadvantage.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
Did you just beep?
Yeah. I got a little fired up with that one and I hit a button on my computer.
We need to have some like little like noises.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Or
for sure.
You know, like a little horn, like when we say something really good.
Oh yeah, we totally need that. Or the easy button.
I'm going to start bringing in like cymbals.
I'll bring in my little drum set, but
okay, and I'll triangle it.
Okay, I love it. We can just get a percussion going, a whole band.
And when we say something that's amazing, we'll have to have like a percussion noise that goes to
it. Oh yeah, that's like chimey.
That's new for the new year. We're going to do it.
I love it. And don't try to like...
She's making out with the microphone.
I am.
A little hungry?
Oh my, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my word. Okay, so back on point.
Yeah.
Back on point is bias isn't always intentional.
Right.
Sometimes men are just not aware that they're doing it.
Right. But that doesn't make it harmless.
It absolutely 100%.
Right.
So what does it matter?
Why does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. Let me count the ways. Talent retention. Like,
yes.
Let's talk about that.
Because we're all better together.
Yes.
Male and female.
When women don't feel respected or supported, I mean, they will leave the industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge loss of skill, leadership, human bodies that we need in our industry. Yep. I mean, it's a big deal.
100%.
And we had that statistic where women in this industry, 48% of them or whatever it was, already consider leaving because of the gender bias or the harassment or whatever you. So
I got the top 7 reasons why women leave, and we'll talk about those in a minute. And it's kind of sad in a lot of ways.
So sad.
But a second reason why it matters is business performance. When you have diverse leadership teams that consistently outperform those without diverse leadership teams, different perspectives will lead to better problem solving, stronger teams, and more innovation. And when you have women in that room that are also giving opinions and women, we work twice as hard. Like if we're giving a presentation, if we're bringing something to the table, we've done our research.
Oh yeah, we have to. I feel like we have to come 5 times more prepared.
Yeah.
Just to have a seat at the table.
Yep. 100%. So having women in that room to help, to come up with different ideas and solutions, it's a better business performance for everybody there.
Absolutely. I think also, let's talk about culture. I mean, an inclusive job site or workplace isn't just better for women. I mean, it is all around better for everyone. Respect, communication, and accountability. I mean, it improves across the board.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times where, I was reading a couple articles when I was researching this, and one of the things is statistically 97% of deaths on job sites are men. And they're in the high risk performance jobs. So you're probably, the ones on the skyscrapers, the ones that are women are not doing those jobs.
Right.
And so my question is, do women even want those jobs?
Do you? Do you guys want those jobs?
I know I wouldn't want that job.
Mm-mm. Are you out of your mind?
And I'm sure that there are women out there that are those,
they might.
risk takers and what are they, adrenaline junkies.
Oh,
and, might go for something like that. But sometimes there's a physicality there that isn't.
Right.
They're not capable. We're not made for that.
Yeah.
But I was reading it from a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Like women want certain roles within construction.
Mm-hmm.
And all those roles are going to women. What about the jobs? What if those men want those, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
those jobs, but women are taking the high risk.
Right.
So I thought that was just kind of an interesting perspective from a man's point of view of, because we got to look at both sides.
Absolutely. And I think when we look at both sides, it can just help. Like when you look at both perspectives, it can help altogether. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, and maybe it's just because we've had a lot of male mentors that have been really great, but a lot of them will tell you, like, we think it's great that women are coming into the industry. We want to work with women. We think they have an interesting perspective that we just don't have because we're built differently.
Right.
So if we can all...
And I think we don't run into that because we're on the residential side as much. But I think on the commercial side, when I have been talking to some of my trades out there and talking with them, they feel it more, especially in those trades of welding, of electrical, of carpentry, of masonry. That's where they really feel the discrimination are in those jobs that are the physical jobs, that are the ones where they are in a lot of ways. It's not administrative. And men feel that they are taking those jobs away from them. And so, I mean, I'm all about whoever does the best job gets a job.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you're a man or a woman.
That's how it should be.
And if a man does a job better, then he gets the job.
Yeah.
If a woman does it better, she gets it.
Yep.
I'm all there. That's me. I know that that's probably not a lot of people's opinion. They think everybody needs all the inclusivity and all that. I just think the best person for the job should get the job.
100%.
And as a business owner, that's what I'm hiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not hiring somebody because of them being a female.
Yeah. Well, you're going to end up with like not a very successful business if that's how you hire.
No. Anyway. All right. So how does bias show up on a job site and in the office?
Well, they can show up in a few key areas for sure. Hiring. Job descriptions may unintentionally discourage women from applying. I mean, language does matter more than we think it does.
And I think we got to be specific about that. Again, though, you know what I mean? Like very few women, and I think the biggest thing is there was very little representation of women across the board, probably within maybe only the last 10 to 15 years have there been female representation in construction.
Right.
Where you actually see a woman in a hard hat.
Yeah.
Before that, you didn't see pictures of that. There was nothing online. There was nothing on social media. Social media is, relatively new when it comes to, the last 10 years is when it's really kind of ramped up.
Right.
But there was no representation. So women didn't know that they had the opportunity if they wanted to be a mason or a carpenter or electrical or something outside of a clerical position or administrative.
Right.
Those jobs were not something that they were even aware of having.
Right.
So I think the hiring process is, when it says language matters, how you are putting that job language out there will read a male position versus a female position.
Yep.
And that's where it's going to show up, in the office on the hiring aspect.
Employers need to think about that. They need to think about that. They need to think about training and mentorship.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, do you think this? Like, men are often informally mentored into leadership roles while women are left to figure it out on their own. I feel like that's...
Yeah, I do, because I felt like that my entire life in any job that I've had. I've had to figure it out on my own.
It's like they're just naturally... like,
even in school.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking like grade school.
Yeah.
Men. So and we got to understand too that, for years and years, men were raised to be the breadwinners. Men were raised to get the jobs.
Yeah.
Men were raised to provide.
Yeah.
Women were raised to the opposite. Yeah. We were raised to be the supporters. We were raised to be the mothers. We were raised to care for the family.
Yep.
So those roles, and I know I've made a switch mentally in my raising my boys of, yes, you know what? You be stand up, but your partner. Your partner to your spouse.
Yeah.
she wants to make money. She can make money. She may make more money than you, but you guys are still partners.
Yeah.
And to Avi, she doesn't need to rely. My daughter doesn't have to rely. She can make her own money.
Yeah.
She does
So
not
important.
need to rely on anybody to do it. She can do it on her own. And that was not how I was raised.
Yeah.
I had 2 options in college I was given from my parents, and one was nursing and one was to be a teacher. Those were the only 2 things that they would support.
Wow. Sorry.
And I did neither.
And again, it served you well.
Yeah. And so, and my dad's point was, well, if your husband dies, what are you going to do? You're going to be a teacher or a nurse. Like those are the 2 jobs that females can go into. And that's how I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught. Right.
Yeah.
And so, of course, being who I am and never listening to my parents anyway, I did the complete opposite.
Which again,
served me well.
it did.
But it also was a very rocky, I had to learn everything on my own. KJ Custom Screens and Outdoor Living is outdoor living specialist company. So we do outdoor kitchens, outdoor living spaces, we do motorized louvered roof systems, and then we also screen in those spaces with motorized screens that block out sun and bugs or both, and it creates a 4-season room. The communication within our company is probably what we pride ourselves on, because then that translates over to the customer. If we communicate well as a group, the customer is going to receive that communication and know exactly what's going on with the process of patio, the kitchen, the louvered roof system, motorized screens, whatever we're doing for them at that time. How do we change it? What needs to change for
Well, 100% awareness. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. So training and open conversations matter. I mean, we have to acknowledge it. And on both gender sides, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And mentorship, sponsorship.
Yes. Yep.
Getting more women into the trades, mentoring those women once they're in the trades. I think in residential, we're doing a great job in that. And I even think commercial has moved into that. I think where we're still lacking is the actual trades.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your male-dominated trades, I think, is where we're lacking mentorship and sponsorship in those trades. And I think that's something we can do better in.
Yeah, absolutely. Inclusive leadership, for sure. Leaders set the tone. I mean,
right.
Yeah. Respect, accountability, and zero tolerance for discrimination must come from the top. We just have to do a better job.
Yeah. And I think the more we talk about it, the more it's, I'm not a huge fan of HR. I don't have one in my business. I am HR. Because, I think there's a point to having HR, and then there's a point where it's just a lot of red tape to get anything done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if the leaders in the company set that tone, it negates having anybody having to go to HR.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Clear career pathways is another one. Showing women how they can progress.
Yeah.
And you start as a brand new welder or a brand new brick masonry or carpentry, and you have to learn. You're not just going to move up.
Right.
You have to learn the trade. You have to be respected in that trade. You have to do a very good job. Just like a man would.
Yep.
And almost better.
Oh, absolutely.
For somebody to recognize you, you got to do it better.
You do.
But I think if companies can create clear pathways on how women can move up into positions, we'll do it.
Yeah. Support networks, women's groups, industry organizations, and peer support. I mean, they just play a huge role in retention and growth.
Absolutely. And it doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't.
Like, it only happens if people commit to it.
Yep.
That's like the biggest thing that we got to worry about is committing to that, putting it in our companies and starting it. I think it really, starts at the top.
It does.
For sure.
Being intentional, implementing it, and following through and getting everyone on board.
So we can say all this however we want to, but let's bring in some real life experiences with this, right?
Yeah, let's.
I started out in a hotel Like that was one of my first jobs. Actually, it was McDonald's. McDonald's was my very first job. I loved that job.
I didn't know. I don't think you told
really?
us
I never told you that?
No.
Yeah. McDonald's was my very first job. And I worked at a McDonald's that had a prison workforce thing where they would come out of prison and they were our cooks.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm little Miss Midwest working in New Jersey and had no clue about any of that. But I don't think I understood what gender bias was. And granted, I'm 17, 18 years old. I had no idea. It wasn't spoken about. Women were in the workforce, but we were never, McDonald's certainly wasn't where I wanted to end up being. Right. And the manager was a female. She actually was a female. And my biggest thing was the sexism from the customers more than it was from the employees.
Coworkers.
Yep, from the employees. I always thought they were very respectful and all. I mean, I loved that job. It was so much fun. But it would be the customers that were that I felt were more of an issue.
Yeah, and
that was when I first noticed it. I mean, we had it growing up because there was definitely a sexism of boys versus girls and what boys and girls could do, and again, that was just, I think, inherent in our society at the time.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I ever saw it. And then when I went to work at a hotel is when I really kind of saw what positions the men held, what positions the women held, where women were put in the hotel. You didn't see a whole lot of male house cleaners, room cleaners. It was mostly female. All the cooks, bartenders were male. Front desk staff was kind of a combination of both. But again, it was the way the men treated it. It was more on a customer aspect than it was male manager. They did not talk to them the same way they would talk to the females.
Yeah.
And so I think over time, I realized kind of how to work that. And how to became very, very observant. I would watch people and I would learn what made them tick. And I think that is the best thing that you can do. Why is somebody treating you the way that they're treating you?
Yeah.
They could just be a jerk.
Yeah.
But usually jerks there's some underlying something there.
Yeah.
And I always try to figure out what that was.
They're normally hurting inside.
Yeah, and there'd be a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes people are just jerks, right?
And and that's just their way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there isn't a whole lot you can do, but I always tried to figure out why that person was the way they were. Like what was causing them to do that and work with it. And in all honesty, what was their weakness? And then if you help in that weakness, it kind of changes their attitude.
Absolutely. Yep.
And so
I couldn't agree more.
And I think in today's world, we're just like, oh, they're a jerk. I can't stand them. Kill
them with
nobody
kindness.
Looks deeper. It isn't even the kindness. Sometimes you've got to be like, no, I did not give you permission to talk to me like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. You go ahead with your point.
Well, my point, and that's, I learned to say that was one of my favoriteest lines is looking at them when somebody treats you like that and go, I did not give you permission to treat me like that.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And they don't even know how to, and I'm like, why are you acting like this? Talk to me.
Mine is, that doesn't deserve a response.
Yeah.
But I think yours is a little bit more.
Well, we had this guy, I'm telling you, we called him the devil.
Oh, gosh.
When I was a bartender. And he would come into PF Chang's. Literally, we called him the devil. And people hated waiting on him. And he would come sit at the bar and, oh my gosh, he would send his food back all the time. Same food. We made it the same way. He always sent it back. He had to send it back once. He was just a jerk.
Yeah.
He was such a jerk. And finally, I started just being super rude back to him. What do you want? Like really just cut, dry, rude. And he got nicer.
Yeah.
Right. And then he started requesting me.
Oh, jeez. Now you're in for it.
Yeah, now I'm in for it. So he'd come in and request me and he'd sit at my table and come to find out his mom was dying of like cancer and he was living with her.
Oh no.
And had this horrible story. And of course, but I'm like, well, you don't have to treat people like this. You're such, and I guess his mom wasn't a very nice person. So I think she kind of treated him like that. And so we ended up having a conversation, and it ended up, not that we were friends, because he was not that type of guy you wanted to be friends with.
Right.
But it ended where he wasn't as rude, and it kind of changed him. And it made me realize that when people are jerks like that, there is usually an underlying reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell a story of how you got past it.
Well, when I think about my first jobs, my very first job was Drug Emporium. And I
when you say Drug Emporium, I'm thinking you were running drugs. I don't know why, but I was
hilarious. At the little perfume counter.
Okay.
And in the cosmetic section. But I didn't really experience or understand what gender bias was at that job. But my next job was Don Davis Nissan, a dealership.
Okay.
And you cannot imagine, so all the salespeople were male.
Okay.
The finance people were male. And
you don't see a female car salesman.
Oh, no. And who were the receptionists? What gender were female? And and that is when it kind of really hit home, especially when I think there was a comment made, I was like, well, I can be in that finance department. Or I said, I can sell more cars than you, or whatever. I would say the banter. They're like, you need to be on the phones. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I need to be on the phones.
But when it comes to sales, people will trust a woman more than they'll trust a man.
Yeah.
One of the best car salesmen I've ever met was a woman.
Oh, I believe it.
She knew her stuff. She knew her stuff backwards and forwards.
Well, and that's key. You have to know your craft. You have to know it backwards and forwards. Yep. You have to ask questions. You have to do all of that. But once you do.
She's the only one I've ever met, though.
Yeah. Let's talk about sales, Buddy from Don Davis Nissan. Worth Go Lightly. I remember their names. I remember some of the people there that
wow.
Yeah.
I nicknamed everybody.
Oh, are they funky names?
Yeah, the devil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wonder where he is today.
No. Hopefully better.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's interesting when your eyes are open to that. And
there's usually a reason. And most of the time, they're scared you're gonna take their job.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's the underlying reason that if you are treated a specific way, is they're scared you're going to take their job.
Mm-hmm.
And I think putting their mind at ease on that aspect, that you're just, there to do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's, the best person should get the job, period.
Yeah. End of story.
Yeah.
It's that simple, really.
Yeah. It is. And I think that scares a lot of people.
It does. It doesn't. It shouldn't.
I know. I 100% agree. So what is a good message that we can send out to women in construction?
So there's lots of great messages. If you're a woman in this industry, hear this. You belong here. Your experience matters. Your leadership matters. You don't need to fit a mold to succeed in construction. The industry needs your perspective, your skills, and your voice. And that is from the bottom of my heart. We need you.
100%.
And if you're in a position to lift another woman up, do it.
Oh my God, please do.
Representation changes everything.
Please do. Don't be the woman that keeps another woman down.
Yeah. Or don't be the woman that's talking poorly about the woman who just walked out the room. We need to be lifting each other up and encouraging each other in a genuine way, not the backhanded comments, not the because women
catty.
Can get catty.
Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yes,
the catty.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm not saying I've not been guilty of that
I'm perfect. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I thought about this though. I did think about this because I am so big on encouraging and lifting each other up and inspiring each other. But then I thought to myself, there have been times where I wasn't that way.
Yes. I know.
For one way or for one
Shamefully,
reason.
yes. I
Yes,
agree
for
with
one
you.
reason or another. So I'm not sitting up here saying I've never been like that or that I'm perfect. But I have gotten to a stage in my life where I just, it's so meaningful to have women in your corner, lifting you up, encouraging you.
Especially in an industry where there aren't many of us.
Yes, exactly.
Like those should be your warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Those should be the ones fighting for you, not fighting with.
Yep, exactly. And who's got time for, I mean, I'm sorry.
Some people make time for it.
So I can't with that. But we don't have time to jack around with that negativity and tearing people down.
No.
And it's just not, and it doesn't feel good. It's not a space I want to live in.
No, I 100% agree with you.
And if you want, by the way, if you want help and support and friends, and you might want to, think about that.
Reconsider how you treat other women.
Exactly.
I think and people in general, but women should be supporting women and lifting each other up.
Absolutely. Gender bias in construction isn't just a women issue. It's an industry issue and one we can solve together. Do you think progress is happening?
I think it is slowly. I think it's happening in our society all the way around.
Do you think it's happening?
I do. I think women...
And that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this.
I mean, women are the number one buyers of homes. We buy more homes than men right now.
Yep.
We are moving up into more executive positions. I think women are making a change in the world of where our gender is going. 100%. Is there room for improvement? 100%.
Yeah.
But in doing so, I always want to say this is not putting down men.
No, 100%. In fact, I want the men to work with us to help.
Yes. And I will have to say some of my worst experiences have been more with women than men.
And I wanted to tell, this is a perfect segue or moment to say, like if I send out invites like to come support us, did you know that it's 75% men that will accept my invitation
over women? Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yep. 100%.
Isn't that sad?
It isn't. And this is going to be something that we're going to bring up on another podcast about just how women have been pitted against each other for centuries.
Yeah.
For thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah.
And it is innate in our upbringing. Is slowly changing.
Yeah.
Changing to a certain extent because I think social media really, really kills a lot of.
Yeah, it totally does.
Of people lifting each other up on that aspect. But it's definitely something we're going to talk about in another podcast, because I really want to bring that to women's attention of why we feel this innate need to compete.
Yeah.
Men don't on that level.
No.
Men compete and play golf.
Yeah.
And go to dinner.
Yeah.
And do business trips.
Yeah.
And they're buddies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
they're competitors.
You know what I love about like men is that they, like Brian says it all the time. If I have an issue with my best friend, I say, hey, you're being a jackwagon, or hey, why are you being an asshat? And they like have a moment and then they're over it.
Yes.
And then they don't bring up old shit. Like they just move down the road. Women like get all in their like feelings and they harbor it. And then they bring up stuff from like 15 years ago. It's true.
I can't.
It is so true.
I'm such a man in that way.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Like, I think that he's actually taught me he's like, he makes me think about it differently.
Yes.
Like,
I think as a man and like that.
Yeah, you totally
I'm
do.
like, let's get confrontational. Let's duke this out.
And then
let's get it over with. Yes.
Yeah. I am learning how to like let like stuff go, because what does it do? Like to harbor any of that?
It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Well, it's
it
worse on the, yeah, exactly.
You're the one dragging it around.
I know.
I can't.
Yeah. 12 monkeys later.
Yeah.
I know.
No, but that's I think a very important thing too, is women need to learn how to let their emotions not supersede their logic.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I'm guilty of it. I am working on it though.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more emotional.
That's why we're such a great team. If we were both emotional, it would be like...
Oh that's so awful to say. I'm really a nice person.
You are a nice person. It's not about being nice.
It's a different personality.
Yeah.
And I think I've had to be the man for so long.
Yeah.
That I don't know how to be a woman sometimes. I don't know. Okay, now we're getting way too personal here, but
I love it.
Yeah, that's it's different roles that we've had to take on. You and your microphone are having issues over there.
I am having some serious microphone
All right, well,
issues.
why don't you wrap it up and give us a quote?
All right, so we definitely want to keep the conversation going.
For sure.
Yes, and pushing for better. And let's build an industry where everyone has a fair shot to succeed, for sure.
Absolutely.
Exceed, succeed, all the things.
Succeed.
Yeah, succeed. So let's close this out.
Okay.
Cut that. I feel weird. If we want the next generation of women to see construction as a viable, respected career, we have to stop asking them to adapt to the industry and start adapting the industry to reflect the talent already here.
I like that.
Do you? Because I don't. I think I want a new one.
Do you have another one?
I pulled up 10 and then this is the one I wrote down.
But if you think about that, literally think about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just not the best.
Well, maybe because it didn't hit you on an emotional level, but on a logical level, it makes sense.
Okay, so it's good then.
This was a logical quote, not an emotional quote.
And that's good. Sometimes you need the logic and not the emotional.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's exactly says what women need to do right there. Say it again. Say it one more time.
Okay. If we want the next generation of women to see construction as a viable, respected career, we have to stop asking them to adapt to the industry and start adapting the industry to reflect the talent already here.
That could go both ways.
I think that's I think what I struggle with is what you and I spoke about and how we're from a different generation where we figure it out.
Right, but we did adapt.
We did adapt. But then
in our own way.
But then we went through this conversation and we talk about ways to work through it, like porta potties that are good for women.
Women are supposed to have porta potties on a commercial job site.
Exactly.
There's definitely different things that we
pathways for promotion, childcare, more flexibility. Right. So I see it both ways is the thing.
Yes. I think that as the industry adapts to both genders, women can adapt to the industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teresa's quote of the day.
I love it. I love it.
All right, y'all. That's it. We're done. Thank you all so much.
Love you. Bye.
BuildHERS Club is a production by Monarch Media Hub.
Recorded and edited by MZStudios and executive produced by the amazing Abbigail Thompson.
Hosted by me, Teresa Williams.
And me, Zanika Scusa. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, message us on Instagram at BuildHERS Club.
Or email us at hello@monarchmediahub.com. That's HELLO @monarchmediahub.com.
And as always, when commenting, please use grace. We're here to build each other up.